Here's one more alternate setup and handling for the 3-envelope test. This is much like the first alternate handling, but the compromise is that the participant cannot insert their billet into the first envelope. But everything looks clean from top to bottom, and it's a very, very small compromise that accomplishes a lot. So here is the setup and how the envelopes go. Well, let me show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you the setup. You take the first billet, that goes straight inside, and you immediately hand that off to them to seal and deliver. And it's been switched. This is a completely different envelope, and theirs is safely inside your window envelope. So what's going on? Well, much like the original alternate switch that I showed you already, or hopefully you've read and watched already, where I said this envelope goes down, and there's this discrepancy because this is wrong. This allows them to cleanly slide it in themselves because this acts as a feed chute, and it doesn't look like there's a double area. If we are doing it, and if you're comfortable touching their billet, I can get away with doing it this way. There is a small tell right here at the top, and you'll see this much more in person, depending on how your envelopes are designed, where that edge is slightly dipped down, and that's just there to make it easier to actually insert something into the envelope. When we take it, you're going to insert it behind that edge and insert it into the window. Honestly, probably no one would notice that, but I'm a little CDO, and I think that edge is very apparent. You could probably get away with letting them insert it in. I just never would. I'd rather take it, get it into the envelope in the right direction. Now here's the switch. The switch is like this. You're going to go under the first envelope. Your first finger comes all the way to the top, and you're going to flick the flap out while your first finger of your left hand closes the flap in. This is set on top so you can moisten that for them, or you hand it to them, you get your sticker, your tape, and they finish sealing it up, and everything is copacetic. Technically speaking, if you wanted to, you could set up more than one of these if you were trying to steal more than one piece of information at a time. In other words, the first one goes in. I'm going to get underneath that tab, hand this out to them. They take it. The second one goes in. Well, technically, we've already put a second one in there. So same thing, same move. That goes to them. They seal it up. And now you have two pieces of information inside that envelope ready to be read at your leisure. And because it's only two pieces of information in that envelope, and I still need these two envelopes left, unfortunately. So there's always going to be an envelope at the bottom. So this leaves me with two envelopes rather than one envelope as a demonstration point. However, this is actually really good because at this point everything looks very clean. And when I'm ready, I just need to exchange, turn these towards me, and depending on where they've chosen to write, my glimpse and peek is simply either this, and I can have information here and here, or I can bring it out and have information here and here. So you have a lot of options to get a lot of information from that envelope. Now, because you have the edge on the bottom and the edge at the top, I don't have to fiddle with this too much to get it back in place. This now goes into the pocket. There's probably a way to do three. And in fact, when you go to the pocket with a third, if you had a third bit of information in there, I've experimented with this, but never found a way to do it that wasn't juggling. And the whole point of this is to get rid of the juggling, is to go in the pocket, and this is pulled free of everything and either folded and palmed out for a peek or left there and retrieved later to get the information